Let's boogie.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tambo Time, episode 4. As always, Lambo Tambo here, host of the show. We're doing something a little different. Unfortunately, we're missing everybody but me. So I got our crack sub-producer in, Ben. Everybody knows Ben. And everybody knows my guest co-host here, Dave Cap.
How we doing?
How are you doing?
Good. Unfortunate might not be the right word, but glad to have me here, right?
I'm definitely glad to have you here. I feel like I haven't seen you in forever. Outside of football.
Yeah. One trivia game in the past 6 months, probably.
That's tough because we're not doing ourselves a justice. We're like a really good trivia duo.
Yeah.
And no one would be able to tell.
No, they don't know.
They don't
We
know.
act like an idiot in Bedford, but
That's true. Very true.
Yeah.
And I also feel the way we act in Bedford, people don't understand how close we are as friends outside
Yeah.
of Bedford. You think
Nope.
that's a problem?
no, somehow, I don't know. Every time I just want to yell at you. I don't know what it is. Something about your
Just
face.
my face?
Yeah. And you're normally up by 10 points or something like that, too, but
I feel like the yelling has gone downhill over time. It's just not the same.
slowly, yeah.
Like I'll say something, you just smile. I can't even yell at him.
Yeah.
So.
Same.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us. How was your weekend?
Good. I'm trying to think what I did. A lot of time with Shay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on.
Nothing really fancy.
Just
Yeah.
little things.
Yeah.
Just the little things that counts.
Yeah. A lot of volleyball.
All right. All right. That's fair. You want to know what I did this weekend?
I would love to know.
We're gonna open up a pretty good conversation, if that's okay, before we get into why we're here.
I'm ready.
Okay. I watched a documentary on Hulu called American Ripper.
Okay.
Okay. You've heard of Jack the Ripper, right?
Yeah, serial killer, England,
Fair.
Britain, something like that, right?
Are you familiar with serial killers? Like, is it?
Is it a podcast or just, or you mean like in general?
No, just serial killers in general.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You ever hear of H.H. Holmes?
Yes. I don't know much more about him, but their name rings a bell.
Okay, so H.H. Holmes is the first American serial killer. That's what he's labeled as, and I don't know why, and I don't know how they came to that, but he's on record. That's what they call him, the first American serial killer. H.H. Holmes is from New Hampshire. He's from a town up north. I forget the town off the top of my head. It's gonna make me mad now. But a town up north. You ever do one of those ancestries?
Oh, no. Oh, no. I have not.
Okay, I have not as well.
Oh, thank God.
You want to know who is related to H.H. Holmes? And when they do those ancestry trees, okay, and you're talking branches and yada yada yada.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to know who's straight down the pipe or straight up the pipe, however it works, from H.H. Holmes?
Is it someone that lives in this house?
It's somebody that lives in this.
It's Connor. There's no way it's not Connor.
It's funny you say that, but it's not Connor. Let's guess somebody a little closer to me.
Adam.
Adam.
No way.
Swear to God. So this is something that I was kind of laid privy to when I was dating his mom. It was something they had talked about. I never really paid any mind to it. Over time, I've done a little digging and just to see, but it's literally same last name all the way down to Adam's mom. Adam's mom has the same last name as this serial killer. Bad timing on that one.
That's why we pay him the big bucks.
Yeah. I never thought I'd say I miss Isaac.
Oh, really? Oh, that's perfect. What are you talking about?
So, before the speculations, so this guy named Justin Mudgett. That's Herman Mudgett is H.H. Holmes' first name. Mm-hmm. And I'm probably going to butcher up the story and whatnot, but his name is Herman Mudgett. This guy, Justin Mudgett, who moved to Ohio, who was kind of fascinated in H.H. Holmes and wanted to know more about him. So studying him, and this is what the documentary covers, studying him led him to believe that he was actually Jack the Ripper. So he found out like travel arrangements, things like that. All the recorded killings over in London from Jack the Ripper are exactly when H.H. Holmes was out of this country. Documented there, killing started, came back, documented back, killing stopped. So the documentary is very fascinating. It's them trying to prove that his theory that H.H. Holmes, who was Adam's like great grandfather,
Yeah.
is Jack the Ripper. So, funny thing with Adam, I've talked with Adam about this, and I actually wanted his okay to bring this up. Because a couple of, Adam, yeah, he's little Adam. We all know him. He is, and I'll give him credit, he's way more mature than he leads people to believe. And he understands the sense of things. So, where I think personally in this country, and I think we glorify serial killers a little too much, and unintentionally, because it is fascinating. Because the normal people, if you want to call us normal, you and I, we don't think like the serial killers do and whatnot. So I think we unintentionally glorify him that way because we find it so interesting. Adam doesn't want to acknowledge it. You know, some people might brag about it, you know, and Adam's known for a while. The only reason I'm bringing it up now is because I finally watched the podcast, and it's just, I'll get into that, but this is why I'm bringing it up now. But Adam's known about it for a while, and I wanted to make sure it was okay. And he said, yeah, it's fine. And I said, do you want to come talk about it? He goes, no, I don't want to talk about it. And I don't think he's embarrassed about it, but he doesn't think it's kind of cool. It's interesting, but then you watch the documentary. And this is where I'm saying he's more mature than normal, is because stupid, immature me would be like, buddy, I'm putting Ripper on my jersey. Yeah. And then you watch the documentary, and then you see the crimes that this guy committed and the things he did, and then it's like, you know, Adam didn't even need to watch that, and he's, you know, he knows already. Yeah, now, you know, me, it's like, well, now I gotta learn the hard way. I gotta see it, and that's why I was, you know, it is what it is with that. But it's fascinating. It's interesting. There's a couple people that actually know, people that I know, but I'll show them the picture of H.H. Holmes, and then and I've even you know, Connor Bailey. I'm like,
Yeah.
who does this look like? He goes, Adam. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I would show people, they're like, I don't know who, and then I would put a picture of Adam right next to it, and they're like, oh my god. So it's, I almost should have cued. If I knew I was really gonna dig into this, I should have queued him up to show the
Just show
picture
pictures
of him.
next
A
to
little
each other.
bit, yeah. But again, I didn't even. I know I talked to Adam about it, but I didn't even think of that, so I wouldn't even have done it without Adam's approval.
You're
Yeah.
right, you're not used to the new technology yet.
Yeah, well, yeah,
That too.
that I'm learning.
No Adam the Ripper jerseys.
No, he wouldn't do it.
No.
No, and he did. You know, and like I said, it's literally his lineage. I think it starts at the bottom with H, and then it's up. That's
Yeah.
how it works. It's literally right up.
Right at the middle. Yeah.
Oh, it's insane.
That's crazy.
It is.
And H.H. Holmes did murders in America too. Like that's confirmed, and then
Yeah.
they're questioning if he did the Britain ones or
Right.
English ones, whatever.
Right. He actually got convicted and sentenced to death in this country.
Okay.
Another little funny nugget. He was executed on my birthday, which we just, obviously it means
Yeah,
nothing,
what
but
are
it's
the-
just like,
yeah,
what are the odds?
Yeah.
1 in 365, but
Yeah.
still.
Still, yeah.
It's just, and Adam noticed that too. He's the one who told me that. I'm like, you're not wrong. I was like,
Like
that's
weird.
so weird.
Well, now
Uh,
everyone knows your birthday.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That's on me.
most
I
people-
shouldn't have said it. Cut this out, Ben.
Yeah, cut that.
We don't have a bleep button yet.
Where's the drop?
So, the biggest thing about this story is not about Adam or the serial killer. It's the fact that it's about me, because everything's about me.
Always.
Right. I have to sleep down the hall from this guy. I haven't got any sleep since I watched this documentary.
No.
No, but that's a joke. Adam's very mild-mannered and funny, but I just found that whole thing fascinating. And me, again, I need to dig deep and learn. And like I've been told, but I didn't know how true, how related he was, and then watch this, did some research, and it's like, oh my god. So
Anyone else, I'd say worry, but Adam might be the most calmest person I know.
yeah, he's very very mild mannered. I mean, he grew up with me. I mean, which I don't know how. Like, you would think he'd have a short temper like me, or he just, again, this is where I'll give him credit of being mature. It's like, yeah, I don't want to be like that asshole. You know, I see the way he acts. People don't like it. I should not do that.
Yeah. Was H.H. Holmes very mature and mild mannered?
So no, that's the funny.
Well, that's
thing.
good then.
Right.
That's got to be a plus. That's another plus.
He flew under the radar, but evidently he did have a hot temper.
Okay.
And that's like some of the things that made people think about him in certain ways or notice things and whatnot. So, honestly, very fascinating documentary. If you like watching documentaries, I would watch it. Right, as far as I know, it's only on Hulu. It could be on something else, but it's called American Ripper, and you'll never look at Adam the same way. I can promise. So, all right, let's. Unless you have any more questions on that or topics, I know it's a lot to take in.
No, that's a lot.
And I didn't tell Dave I was going to bring this up at all. So, let's get into the Bedford talk.
Bedford games. Yup. Bedford games. Let's fucking go. Bedford games. Let's put
Feels like
on
it gets
a show.
longer and longer every time.
Bedford
I don't know if we're
games,
muted again on that one.
already know. Bedford games. We're going 6-0.
6-0.
You know, that's not even the whole song. And for our YouTube watchers, we're listening to our Bedford intro song.
Bedford
they heard
games.
it. They heard
Who
Huh?
They heard it.
they can?
Oh,
hear
you
that?
got it on it now?
Oh, nice.
Oh, all right. I didn't know I didn't know you said you could do that this one.
I could do it.
Wow.
Oh, perfect.
Isaac who?
Buddy, you have
Snip,
no,
snip.
You have no idea.
Full soundboard and sound effects are in this.
Who sings that?
You're the man.
I thought it was Derek. Who sings that?
You thought it was Derek? That
I
guy's
don't know
way
why.
too creative to be Derek. All right, I'll tell you who it is. It's the rusher for Milkmen.
Cam? Like the
No, not
skinny-
Cam. The
No.
real original.
Oh, let's go. That's awesome.
I always forget his name.
Um,
Call him the little dude.
yeah.
He's
Oh,
the
I know you mean.
he's the man.
Yeah.
But we were talking last episode about him, and I found out what his dad said. Because his dad, you know how his dad is, and he makes a lot of comments on the sideline. It's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
And the dude rushed in, and he's playing against Gert. And Gert's a decent sized quarterback. He's not super tall, but he's not a short guy by any means.
Yeah.
Goes to throw the ball, and kid jumps. Like, doesn't get much
You're not
air.
batting a ball down.
Yeah. Well, what's his name? Goes Pike's dad. Oh,
Yeah,
Mr. Pike. Goes, even if he was on his knees, you couldn't have tipped that ball. And I just died laughing as a ref. I couldn't pay attention. So,
Oh, poor kid.
all right, Davey boy, let's what we normally do, and I know you know because you watch the show, but we recap Wednesday and Mondays. You know, we're right in the middle of the day, so it's or the middle of the these playing days.
Mm-hmm.
So we recap Wednesday week 4, and then we recap Monday week 5 because Monday just happened, and we're technically into the 5th week.
Makes sense.
So let's get in the Wednesdays. What I had for notable games was Pickle Dicks and Gumbies. Obviously, you were there.
Oh yeah.
So I heard Pickle Dicks were up by 26 at one point in time.
Yep.
Okay, you want to take it from here?
Yeah. So they score their whatever touchdown they had. Maybe might have been the last points of their game. Don looks over to me, goes, "We're not fucking winning this game." I go, "No, Don. No, we got a chance. We got a chance." I got to talk him down every game.
Every game
We give
still?
down by 12, down by 6.
Even at Donnie's age.
Yeah.
Because you know he's seen
He's like-
every type of comeback, every type of...
Case in point, a championship a couple years ago.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, every time somehow it's like, well, this one's done. I'm like, no, I don't know. We need one stop.
Yeah.
Got that one stop, scored. One more stop, scored. It just second half. I don't know what our defense did differently, but turned it on a little bit.
So you were down 26 at one point. Is that early? Was that in the first half?
15 minutes in the game.
15 minutes into the game.
Yeah, I couldn't believe.
Was it like a pick six scenario at all, or just?
I think
just
one of our touchdowns were.
one of theirs were.
One of ours were.
Oh, you guys got a pick six.
We got a pick 6 near the end of the game, I want to say.
Okay, what was the score at the end of half? Roughly, if you can remember.
Maybe 26-12, something like that.
Okay, so they were up 26-0, and you guys kind of crawled back a little bit
Yeah.
by the end of half.
Yeah.
Did they score another point the rest of the game?
I think it was 32-35, something like that.
Okay.
We won.
So still ended up close.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we won on the last drive. Max diving one-handed catch back of the end zone. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even Max couldn't believe it.
Really?
He was like, this ball's overthrown. There's no way I'm getting to it. One hand full laid out. Yeah,
He does make some.
Yeah, he's
you know.
faster than he looks.
No, for sure, but
Yeah.
he will go get a ball. He'll lay out, and it's impressive. He's got very good hands.
Yeah. And of course, the whole game, I'm getting an earful from everyone on that team. So I don't know if we're allowed to bash the refs, but the
Go ahead.
refs don't call as much as they should. All right. Especially field one ref. So Kyle,
I expected a
And-
round of applause there. Okay.
it should have been.
Yeah, come on.
Let people play. I'm fine with letting people play.
No, not.
Oh, all right. I'm getting a lot of drops.
It should have been as soon as he said, "Can I bash the refs?" That's when it should have came in. Come on, pay attention.
We'll get it next time.
I gotta get used to a soundboard that's not mine here.
Nah,
That's
just
okay.
kidding.
But the refs on field one don't call a lot. I'm fine with it, obviously. Gumby's been playing more physical lately. Leapers, Natty D's, Nasty Boys lately have been playing more physical, so we get away with more.
Sure.
Pickle Dicks, I guess, didn't know that. So every time you sneezed on somebody, you looked at them the wrong way, they were trying to get a flag. And it didn't really pay off for them. Kyle, I'd never seen him throw a personal foul flag before, and I'm pretty sure he threw one on Jake for yelling at him, or somebody for yelling at him, I want to say.
He was throwing them out all night. We'll get
Yeah.
into that.
Oh, we started it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I have a right to blame you guys.
All right, well,
We'll get into it.
you can blame the Gumbies on that one. But yeah, it was a good game, though. I mean, it could have went either way. Just
Now,
down to one play, I guess.
I was reffing the middle field, and I didn't see much because the middle field game was whatever. Where I was playing something. I didn't see much, but I did hear you call somebody a bum, and then I heard somebody else call you a bum, and then he got in trouble for it. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So I called Jake a bum. I did the stop, go, stop. Works every time.
Sure.
I land out of bounds, probably a foot past the first down marker. Jake goes, no way he was over. No way he was over. I'm like, bro, like, look, I'm laying over the first down. I'm like, you're a bum.
Sure.
And then I start walking back the huddle. He calls me a bum. He might have kept going. I don't really know. Heat of the moment. I'm not sure if he kept going.
Yeah.
And then Kyle tells him to calm down.
Yeah.
So I don't think he threw a flag on him at that point, but I think either end of the first half or somewhere around there is when our most heated was.
All right, that's fair. Did you think when you say that the refs didn't do a very good job this game, was it maybe more keeping it under control, or do you think the refs have set a tone with maybe letting too much physicality go that
Yes.
a team? Okay,
Yeah.
so
I ripped down Cheeks in the back of the end zone, probably. A lot of traffic, but
no call.
I threw my hand up after. I was like, I didn't say it obviously in front of the refs, but I was
Sure.
like, Cheeks came up to me. He was like, that was a flag. I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, bro, do the same thing. Like, I'm not gonna get called for it. You're not getting called for it. Like,
Yeah.
be physical.
Yeah.
It's not how I play.
No, he's right. It isn't really how he plays, and I respect.
Good dude though. I appreciate him coming up to me being like, he didn't complain as much as most people would.
Yeah.
You know.
No, he's one of the
I
best.
appreciate it. Yeah.
So I will have to ask you, do you think, and I called it at the beginning of the season, Mike Howe was throwing, I'm assuming?
Yep.
Okay, because I remember seeing him there. I just don't remember watching him throw. So Mike Howe throwing. With Mike Howe throwing for Pickle Dicks, do you feel they're an A-division team?
Yes.
Okay, I do too. And I called that at the beginning of the season, and I still think that's true. So, but I haven't played against them.
I was
you go
surprised.
firsthand.
I was surprised because I mean Jordan throws for them a good amount,
Yep.
and he's obviously one of the top quarterbacks there.
You were surprised that they found another quarterback.
That was
Yeah.
that filled in pretty well.
Yeah,
for that
yeah. I mean,
role.
they've played together, and they're both very formidable. So, all right, we'll move on. I think that's the most we've ever talked about a game.
It's the Gumbies, man.
And I gotta cover here, so
That's fair.
Natty D's in the north. So, typically, that game's not gonna be maybe too interesting because the north seems to have a issue with getting players or having players show up. This week, Natty D's were missing guys. So they're missing the Wentel brothers. Anything I caught of that game, Johnny Sr. wasn't throwing. I thought he wasn't there. I was told he was there. So I don't know if there was an injury thing. I don't know But the game ends up being close, and I guess the North won that game.
Well,
So,
that surprised me. I guess depends on who was there for the
I mean-
North too. But I mean, Leapers barely pulled one out against them. Of course, I'm bringing up all my teams against Natty D's the week before.
Yeah.
They had 5 guys. You know,
but I
But-
think you guys
but
had 5 too.
we had
right?
5 too. Yeah.
Right.
But
Yeah.
they're normally good with 5 guys. They can run with 5, 6, even if it's Billy and Senior. You know.
Yeah, no, we can obviously credit the Wenzels for being very great defenders.
Yeah.
But
Agreed.
what Natty D's has that maybe not all teams have is more plug and play guys who can still bang at the A level. Maybe not be as good as the Wenzels, and they'll tell you that, but they can still fill in. And yes, even Johnny Senior and his brother, right? Is
Billy,
it
yep.
Billy.
Yep.
They can come in and either rush or do things to that keep
They
them competitive at the A's.
They can get by in the A's with those guys playing.
Correct. But the North had enough, and I don't even know who's throwing for the North. Oh, Jake for Vikings, Jake, NWO Jake.
Yeah. Great
So the North won. So, that might shake up the standings a little going into playoffs, but it also solidifies that I feel the North should be in the A's, and, Jimmy might take that into consideration.
Agreed. Looking more towards 8 teams almost, if you can get.
I'm hoping.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that would be the most I think the A division really ever had, and I know sometimes he's crowbarred teams in, or like there's 5 and he's got to put like a B division team who has no chance in it.
Yeah.
But now you got 8 solid teams, which I'm kind of excited about. So hopefully that keeps going. Other notable game there was Leapers and Nasty Boys. You want to play that third red thing
Do
real
the
quick?
womp womp.
Hold on.
Loser.
Shout out Danny Cabrera.
Thank you, Danny.
I'm just kidding. Like we've played each other over the years so many times, and there's been every type of ass kicking from us. You guys kick our asses, close games, on the wire games. At this point in time, does it really matter in the regular season what happens?
No.
Okay, so we can get that out of the way. What was your take on the game?
I don't know. We just felt slow. We couldn't do anything on defense, really. You guys lit it up. Everybody. I called out Kenny at one point right before half. Even he scored on us.
That was funny.
Shout out Kenny. I know he's watching, right?
Oh, Kenny's usually one of the guys always watching it.
Yeah, yeah.
You won't throw to Kenny. Big jump ball at the end.
Yeah.
Or in the end of half.
I couldn't believe it.
Did you, now, I mean, not to give too much away, but I did bait Derek a little short. Did you
Yes.
think that's where I was
Yeah,
going?
yeah.
And that makes sense. That's usually where I'm going.
Of course, no one else on our defense saw that, so everyone's like, "Why are you up so far?"
Oh, you got yelled at for
Yeah,
that
yeah,
one?
yeah. Because I was like, Derek's sitting maybe 2 yard line, maybe. So if he can catch the ball and reach over.
He's supposed to be at like the 5.
At the 5, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And so somewhere within there, it's like a feel and go
Yeah.
in that particular case. And we don't really run that, so we don't even know what to do there.
Yeah.
Obviously, I would have had Trey running the back end zone there.
Makes sense.
But I benched him because he dropped that touchdown.
Oh yeah.
That was funny.
I love at halftime. He's like, "Weren't you near me?" Nope.
Nobody was.
You were alone.
I've never seen somebody drop more open stuff than Trey.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy.
But they can jump ball anybody in the
I
building.
know it's insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was kind of funny. Yeah. But we felt like we were clicking. That's just all I can say. Like, I know we came out, scored our first drive, and then you guys came out, got Adam. It was like a third and almost short to the first. Got Adam on a pump and go. Like literally.
Yeah.
He looked to the sidelines and laughed because he was so beat, and then just tried to get back. Mm-hmm. And he goes, "Yeah, I knew he got me and whatever." But he goes, "Then I got so mad because the Pickle Dicks guy were walking around and they said something about Adam sucking on defense." And Adam's like, "They don't even know who this guy is. He could route up any one of their guys." And they're talking crap to me.
Yeah.
And but at that point in time, I'm like, we might be in a shootout here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then everything seemed to go our way. Mm-hmm. And then I'm reffing the game after that, and Bud comes up to me, and he goes, "Well, we played really good that game." I go, "Yeah." I go, maybe they just weren't into it, feeling it. I thought we were going to come out sluggish, and we didn't. He goes, "You know who they were missing?" I go, "Who?" He goes, "Dan. We don't call him Dan." And
Make a wish.
okay, all right. See, I didn't know.
We know.
I didn't know if it was. I know you guys know.
Oh.
I don't know if he listens and doesn't want me to call him it. I mean, I can tell the story
He'll
about.
live.
Okay.
Yeah, you can
So-
do the Miracle Wish story. Make
We
a wish.
we called Dan Make a Wish. Which did I ever tell you about the story? Who that initial nickname was supposed to be for?
No.
Okay. It was supposed to be for Eugene Sarton.
Of course. That makes sense.
So Connor Bailey and I would always come together and kind of just who we gonna pick on next game, or who we just gonna, because we would tag team guys and just either lay into them, or we're always messing with people. Like one game we literally said, why don't we just compliment Johnny every time he does something, just every which way. And so the whole game, Connor Bailey and I just complimented Johnny, like, oh wow, that was amazing, everything. And it took him a little bit to catch on, but then he obviously caught on. But it was funny. So Connor Bailey and I would always do that type of shit. And that was, we're going to save that name for Gino. And DirecTV's playing you guys, and chances are you're whooping us, because DirecTV's never really did well against you, with me throwing. Only with Goose. And he was making me so mad, because I love Dan. That game, I don't know why, he was just pestering me. And then all of a sudden I called him Make a Wish. And he shut right up. And it's always stayed since. And I kind of feel bad because I do really like Dan. I think he's a good dude. But I don't know what he was saying to me. He was saying certain things. I know one thing he said to me that really made me mad was, I bet you're the type of guy that pays for your whole team. And I don't know why it pissed me off. And
I don't know.
like, if you know how much money I make, you wouldn't say that. And it just got to me. It was just one of those funny things that means nothing. It's nothing personal. And I was like, oh yeah? And that's where, I ended up whipping it out. And then it just kind of stayed like that. So
Yeah. He's definitely a little bit of our heart. We'll be down by 12 points, and he'll just throw out, we need to start talking shit. We need to start talking shit. I'm like, all right, Dan, let's get it. And we start talking shit. We start coming back a little bit. Me and Dan kind of, I feel like, do it quietly. Maybe we've been doing it more loudly lately, but
yeah.
I feel like I'm not normally yelling across the field at people, but
Yeah.
I guess I did last game, but what are you going to do?
New team. You gotta get that spark back.
Exactly.
But yeah, and as Bud's saying that to me, Derek texts me and goes, I guess Make-A-Wish holds that team together. Something along those lines. And then I texted him. I go, it's funny you brought that up. But
Do you know what the final was? I know it wasn't pretty, but
I don't know.
20 points?
We beat
18.
you by like 20? Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So, hold on. I gotta respond here. I think our special guest might be in the waiting room.
Breaking news. Do you have a breaking news drop?
Try something.
That wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
I mean, he's just guessing. You know what I mean?
What does this button do?
A lot of them.
All right, let's get into the Monday recap. We're going to have to kind of go through this one quick because we got a special guest for all our listeners here. First notable game to me, Balls Deep and Young Ones. I believe you've listened to the podcast, right?
Yeah.
So you heard about the Young Ones,
the cheating
fake
scandal?
injury?
Yeah.
Okay. They've been getting a lot of slack for that. And
I bring it up every time I see Kenny Wheels.
yeah. Kenny, I don't think cares. I think the other guys care. I think the quarterback was a little mad because he didn't know about it.
Is Omar the quarterback?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So, I believe Balls Deep requested them. For some reason, I don't know why now. Chances are they're probably going to see him in the playoffs. I believe Balls Deep requested them. So Young One's like, all right, this is our chance to beat them straight up. Let's put the nail in the coffin here and show, we didn't need to do that.
Yeah.
And they did. I think it was a 2-point game. Young Ones were up 2. Balls Deep were driving. I don't believe they scored. So Young Ones may have got a garbage touchdown at the end. Don't really know for sure, but I know it was a close game. Kenny Wheels did say they were going to put up 40 on them, but it was only like 24-22 or something like that.
Close game.
Yeah, close game. Like I said, Balls Deep I think is a Monday A team. They are good, and Young Ones are proving that they're ready for the A's in my opinion. They think I talk too bad about them. I only talk bad about Kenny Wheels, but
Deserved.
very deserved. Yeah, the crowd. See, the crowd doesn't even like Kenneth. So
Kenneth
all right.
Wheeleth.
we'll move on. It's not the last time we're going to mention young ones, I promise. So we're going to move on. Nasty Goats over Pickle Dicks. Pickle Dicks, nobody really even showed up. There was only like 5. Nasty Goats just steamrolled them.
Do they normally have the same team as Wednesday?
A few guys.
Close.
Yeah, but not really. Like, kind of the superstars aren't really on the Monday team.
Okay.
Separates them from being an A. And, like, Jake throws for them.
Okay.
And I think Jake's an okay quarterback, but I don't think he's ever going to
not
bring the team to the A's, yeah. The other notable game, Milkmen Primetime. Milkmen won barely. Skated out of there with a win after Tyler Pike. How did you guys lose to that primetime? Blah blah blah.
I was rooting for prime time.
Yeah, I was too. Yeah. I'm over on field 1, looking at field 3, just rooting for them to lose. But Milkmen didn't have the Wenzel brothers. Obviously, they were gone this week.
Yeah.
But that don't matter. So,
Well, Wenzel followed Tyler everywhere, huh? They followed him everywhere. You got him for the tournament, got him for Mondays.
yeah, but the Monday thing really wasn't intentional. I
Okay.
guess he told the story in the podcast. I guess his guys quit right before the season.
Oh, really?
So he took a shot in the dark, and they're like, "Yeah, we'll come play with you."
It's not a bad show.
Right? Why would he say no? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do we bring our special guest in now?
Is that it for Mondays?
That's really it for Mondays. Yeah, like I said, it's mid-season. It's tough to really.
Do you want to do Wednesday? Look forward.
Oh yeah. We can do that real quick. What?
Yeah.
We're at like 8:20 here.
8:20.
Yeah.
I got time.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got the schedule? You got
I can pull it up.
what is? I mean, I have it here. Is there anything specific you want to talk about?
The first time in history, the Leapers and Gumbies are playing at the same time. I don't know who's been in Jimmy's ear,
Huh?
but
No,
Leapers and
you
Gumbies
can't
playing
blame
at the
me.
same time.
DirecTDs and Nasty Boys are playing at the same time.
Those
Bud,
aren't the same team. Oh, it's Bud.
No,
Is Bud the only
Bud's like the only center I really have on that team.
Yeah.
So
Is Bud throwing for direct TDs, or is he gonna stay with Nasty Boys?
no, he's gonna throw for DirecTDs.
Okay. Well, who are you guys playing? You guys probably have a bye week.
Dirty Birds.
Bye week.
You never know.
That's fair. All right.
So
I was a little heated about it.
So that's what you're mad about? All right, that's fair.
It's been
Well, do you think you're looking at it the wrong way?
maybe it's been 6 years and I've only made one game that I've had to do at the same time. It's probably a good time. I've been hurting, so it's probably a good time that I finally only play one game.
The Gumbies are playing the North. Leapers are playing We Ballin'.
I didn't know until we talked before the show that We Ballin' was actually decent.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know they were Danny's other team. So
We're
having Joe and Nick go with the Gumbies, so the Gumbies will have everybody but me, and then I'll be with the Leapers. Leapers will have 5.
Oh, okay.
So
I was gonna see how you guys spread that out.
Yeah.
Maybe I'd make my return to the Gumbies. Play
maybe
play with
return
Donnie
to the
again.
Leapers.
Ooh, get my gray shirt.
Yeah.
All
We'll have
right.
to find one for you.
I got. Yeah, I don't know where I could possibly find one.
Oh, me either.
So,
They're spares.
that does look like a good game. The North Gumbies.
Yep.
Yeah, Leapers We Ballin', and that's really all the notable games. Natty D's and Get Plucked, but I think Natty D's will win that handily.
Yeah. Wenzel's back this week?
I believe so.
Okay.
As far as I know, I'm not really in the Natty D's,
Natty
group
group
chats
chat?
and
No.
stuff. Yeah, not yet. I'm hoping. I did get Johnny to say he might invite me to volleyball.
Oh, there you go.
No, I'm gonna tear my other Achilles playing. I'm sure.
It's on the beach. Is that forgiving?
No, that's even worse.
Oh, well, not good. Stay away.
All right, so let's got a couple more things I want to get to the show, but our guest is waiting, and I don't think you have too much more time with us, right?
No, I got 15 minutes.
Okay, let's bring him in. Let me message. All right,
Oh no. You got the drum roll?
let's get some music going.
Oh, now it's bugging.
All right,
Where should I set these up? Gotta plug
right
it off
to
the
the
bat.
left of my championship belt that says I'm the greatest quarterback in the league, and then to the right of my championship belt that says I'm the greatest quarterback in one league.
You want me to pop it out?
I won that league. He hasn't. Just saying. Yeah, if you want me.
That belt is a lot bigger than a ring that you allegedly won. Why don't you put your mic on here? His mic's on? Okay, why don't you put your headset on?
Sorry.
No, you're
I
good.
would
you're
love
good.
if we kept
Do
the
it.
mic off the whole time. He had no idea.
Just, that would be so funny.
Perfect. And the resealable bags too.
No,
Wilson
that-
doesn't do that.
No, those are nice.
Oh.
Weak fingers.
Oh, you can.
Fucking
Oh,
Gumby.
yours. Yeah, Gumby.
Fucking leaper.
No, they are. I don't know who I have more respect for, Gumbies or Leapers.
We have disrespect for him?
No, I love them all. They're all great.
Alright. That looks good, probably. I don't know.
All right. So welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How do you like the setup?
It's nice.
Yeah.
I kind of just walked in, but it's nice.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Our security guard let you in.
Buddy, I was waiting there for like 15 minutes.
Yeah,
Jetted out of work. I'm like, he's texting me. He's like, Steve's waiting, but fuck. We gotta get here.
It's not big budget in our. That's why I got bad producers and bad hosts and whatnot.
Better than Derek's place, so.
Well, you're like an intern. You don't get paid.
You're lucky Derek won't listen to this. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got Kevin McDonald for all our listeners who don't know who he is. He is one of the greatest rushers to ever play the game up here. He one of my good friends, and he is also the inventor of Tacky Bar.
Tackybar.com for right now.
All right.
Working on trademarks. But.
So let's dive into it. The Tacky Bar idea came to you. Let's say how and when, I guess. Let's start there.
So Tacky Bar, it was this past January. Actually, December, sorry. I got an AFFL ball, like gift for myself for Christmas. I was like, I gotta condition it, get the wax, yada yada. So I went to Wilson.com looking for whatever, the bar. They sell the tack bar for the brush. Like whoever has a leather ball probably has one. But it was like 25 and some change, whatever. Go on there, sold out. I was like, whatever. So I went on Amazon. Wilson's selling the same exact thing through Wilson on Amazon for $50.
The same. So Amazon's doubled the price for the Wilson bar. The same thing you just found.
Same exact thing. So
Okay.
What the hell? I'm like, that's crazy. So I literally look up other bars. Not one other one. And I'm like, that's just weird. I'm like, it has to be simple to make to an extent. So I literally just started kind of looking into it just a little bit. But then we went to Worlds in Tampa.
Yep.
And we're all just hanging out by the pool. And then Steve comes out of his room and goes, there's 20 of us. He goes, does anyone have a bar with them? Like a wax bar? And everyone said no. And then I was like, I'm like, we're about to play in a huge tournament with a bunch of teams. We're not the only people that are in this situation right now. So I was like, I really gotta put my mind to it and my two brain cells together. So I started researching. Wilson has no ingredients, no recipes anywhere to be found. So it's all whatever. So my legal team reached out to them and maybe said people had skin issues and we need to know what's in them for purposes. But they did give us one ingredient, which I was okay with. And then I was like, I probably should put my own spin on it. So I actually made it so it can condition the ball on top of just making it grippy.
Right.
Where Wilson just makes it grippy for a little bit and that's it.
Sure.
I'm like, this will actually have a little bit of leather stuff to help it hydrate the leather, keep it soft, not make it crack as easily, and also have that grip.
Right. Because we play outdoors a ton, and that beats up on the ball. So your tacky bars, which I didn't actually know, will actually help with that.
Yeah.
Almost
yeah.
recondition it back to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So David Johnson, I think that's his last name, from Pickle Dicks.
Right.
I saw him at Blitz this week. He goes, is it that his last name?
No, you're right.
Oh.
We were talking about pickle dicks for a little bit. Yeah.
Right. No. So I think Jake bought one, but he uses it or what have you.
Yeah.
And he goes up to me this past Saturday and he goes, dude, what's in your bar? And I'm like, oh. I'm like, why? What's going on? And he goes, my ball, Old Faithful, I snap. He's the center, and he's like, it just feels softer. He's like, I have to put a little bit more air into it, which is fine. He's like, but I've had this for years, and it's weathered and stuff, so I'm not used to it. And I explained him, it actually conditions the leather, too. So he showed me the ball. It's cracked and stuff, but it looks nice. It still looks shiny. It has that, extra coat of protection. He goes, it's not a problem. He's like, it's just, I didn't know that. So
Sure.
I'm trying to work on the website to explain that a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because tacky bar, obviously in the name, it's tacky, and it,
Right.
as probably everyone has used it a little bit, it does have that tack to it, but it also will condition. You still should condition your leather football, but like Chris Burns, I don't think he's conditioned his, and he uses tacky bar.
Yeah.
Brent from Top Flight just uses tacky bar, and it's conditioning the bar slowly, and it won't like ruin your ball for over conditioning it, because you'll use it over time. You know,
Right.
whatever you want
So-
to use.
I mean, it sounds to me you're putting out a product that it's kind of a 2-for-1, on top of being half the price, roughly, of the biggest competitor right now.
Yeah, the only other competitor, which is
Right.
good. You
Yeah,
know, I'm so thankful for how many people have like reached out, and you know, I have people in the UK looking into it right now. People from Canada just reach out to me, which is huge. I don't know these people. I'm going on a lot of like Facebook groups and, you know, word of mouth and what have you. But it's been crazy just the amount of people that I've had, you know, sales from and just met over this already. It's insane.
Good. So it's taken off.
Yeah, at first it was so niche, and like you can use it with like leather, like
Baseball gloves.
baseball
I know,
gloves
yeah.
and golf gloves, which I wanted to kind of expand because anything leather you can use
Sure.
it for. It's just you don't want your leather jacket to be grippy. You know,
Right,
that make
right.
no sense.
Leather seats in the car.
Your car
yeah,
seat.
yeah, the car seat just stare the whole time.
Come on.
Leather pants.
Just
Wow.
straight like that the whole time.
Pogo.
No, but like anything leather can be used.
Mute your mic, please. I'm just,
Isaac treatment. No, but yeah. So I mean, anything leather sport equipment you can use, and there's a lot of things for baseball already for gloves. You know, but it's just an option for you. So when you go to tackybar.com, it's football, but it'll show for baseball, shows for the reasons, and also for golf as well too, for leather golf gloves.
right on. Good.
Yeah.
Good. And I mean, I know you probably can't dabble too much into it. Do you want to kind of explain to our listeners how hard this was? Like, it's not easy.
I burnt my hands so many times, and I still do. I literally like my fingernails has wax underneath it. I don't know what I'm doing. Like
Permanently.
Yeah, it literally like I have scars already from it. I hand make every one in a water bath, which is just pretty much boiling water, in a little tin, and then I melt everything, melt the chemicals, and yeah, it's taking me. I mean, you were the first person to get the prototype.
Yeah.
And I showed it that night. I brought it there. I think you're reffing. And I was like, dude, look at it. Check it out.
Yeah.
You know, see how it feels. And I'm like rubbing it on my ball way too much. And I'm just like so excited. And I gave you feedback all the time. Like just ask. But yeah, I mean, there's bars I had to throw away. It just, so many things you would never think of
Sure.
happen. And it's just, you know, finding the bar molds, finding how to put tackybar.com on it. It took a long time, but like this is like, I'm so proud of what this bar is now. When it first started, I still have the prototype, like the first original, I still have it. And it's just so bad. It's brittle. It's about to snap everywhere, but it's so proud because I'm like, man, from that to this already, it is huge. But yeah, I mean, I won't go into details of what's in it, but just, you know.
Yeah, no, not more what's in it, but I guess the process. Because, you know, you made me privy to some of this.
Yeah.
I had to sign an NDA not to steal your idea and stuff. I remember that. But, you know, you would always call me and tell me, and I would kind of laugh at the struggles, but those are the struggles that got you where they are, but they were struggles. Everybody's like, oh, it's a bar. It's got to be easy.
No.
I mean, yeah, you're not calling me making up stories, so I can tell you right now, it didn't sound easy.
No, I felt like I was Walter White. Like literally like mixing chemicals. I started like, I'm an idiot, and I had like a chemical that was like a cube, and I like put it in the microwave, and I started getting like really lightheaded and like had a huge bad headache. So I had to like throw away everything that was in there, not the microwave, but like had to clean it out, just because I had no clue what I was doing. But don't put like certain things in the microwave and melt them because it does not work.
Sheesh.
But yeah, I mean, it's good now, and I'm thankful for it. It's, you know, getting the LLC patenting it, you know, doing the trademarks. It is just crazy how
Yeah.
much stuff you have to go into it. I never thought of it because never been that. But like if I could do a quick shout out to a couple of people.
Go right ahead.
Decoded, who was on, Matt has been a huge supporter. Has helped me out. He wants to collab, which is something we could work on. Quick Six Dre, he's reached out a bunch and told me, you know, if I ever need anything, he has me. You know, I'm probably forgetting a lot, but like you, any like quarterbacks, like I've, you know, received feedback on, just helps me in any way possible.
Receive feedback or bug them enough so they tell you what's.
Buddy, I reach out to everyone.
Yeah, I know.
Everyone.
Every different scenario. How did it work in the rain? How did it work in 40-degree weather?
Yeah.
How did it work indoor? What happened when you had to play 2 games in a row?
Yeah, I reached out to a lot of people yesterday. Yesterday because Sunday was raining out and there was a draft league, and I was like, "Hey, I saw you use a football. How was it?" A lot of people didn't use it, just because they're not dumb and don't want to waterlog their ball and what have you. But some people did. I got feedback from Sue. She plays. I don't know which women team she plays on, but she reached out to me actually. I didn't even reach out to her. She goes, I'm center and I'm new to it. And she's like, I'm usually really like about rain games. She's like, but it was great. Like I was snapping it way better. We had a great game, and it was able to throw a lot. And she still said after just using a little bit of the towel, it had a great grip on it still. So really happy because I got a demo ball, leather, and I just beat the shit out of it. And I put it under the shower after I putting it and see how it feels, then brush it off, and then see how it feels, and being like all the stuff, putting in the the freezer at one point just to see how the ball will react to the bar when it's cold. So I'm like a maniac with the feedback, but I want to make sure it's perfect.
No, but that shows your passion towards it. There's not much I've ever seen you really interested in. But this is
honestly,
it's a whole different side of Kevin, and I've known Kevin for 10 years.
Yeah.
And no, I'm happy for you, and it's good. And Kevin's donating 3 bars to the tournament we're gonna do. I already said we're gonna give quarterback awards out, and we're gonna get 1 bar with each one.
Yeah, really excited.
And he's putting his name out there and doing enough. So even if you don't buy one, just share, reach out. Again, it reaches a lot of different sports, and obviously Wilson can't provide all what they need, and they're expensive, and this is a better option to me. These work better to me than the Wilson, personally. And I haven't even made it to the new bar, which I know you keep, because I'm very creature of habit, and one of the prototype bars that you gave me is working, so I'm using it, and I really like it. I'm like, I don't want to not use it. And he goes, just use it once. I'm like, I'll do it after.
Never does.
Yeah, I
Never
never
does.
do. And he falls for it every time.
Yeah, it happens. But you'll use it eventually, and that's a thing too. It's something that should last a little bit, anyways. So getting that share button or sharing it, just word of mouth is huge.
Right.
Like my Facebook page is a big thing, and thankfully a lot of people are sharing and following it. But yeah, just because returning customers are going to be a little bit longer, so new customers are always welcome.
Sure, absolutely. And if you know somebody who could use it, buy it for him. It's a cheap, good, thoughtful gift. I agree.
I'm getting Scarelli one.
Yeah.
He has one. He should be using it then.
Fucking better be.
No, but I honestly, this is my opinion. Any person with a leather football should have it. I'm very biased, but I mean, why wouldn't you have it? You want to condition that ball. You want it. It just makes no sense to me not to have one.
Especially if you need one too. You're going to see Kevin in Bedford. Instead of waiting till the other one comes in, there it is. You got it for game day.
Yeah, you have it cheaper than ordering online.
Yep. And you're supporting local business.
Yep.
What America's all about.
Yes, sir. I hate to interrupt you. I know you're on a time thing.
Yeah.
Do you have to get going, or you?
I got like 2 minutes, unless you want. This is a good stopping point, or.
No. We'll keep going. You got time, right?
I got.
I mean, good stopping point for me.
It's up to you. I know you
I
had.
think he was going to stop me.
I know you had.
Impossible.
I know you had something for Kevin.
I do.
Did you want to do it or have time, or do we?
We got time for it.
All right. So Dave, in light of our previous horrible list by somebody on the show that I won't name, and I'm sure he's watching. He's watching.
The one that created the list.
I'm the creator. Well, he created the list. But I think I'm the king of the list.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
okay.
But he did create the list.
Yes.
Yeah.
But he's got a list for you that he wants to go over.
Okay.
It might be quick because he doesn't have too much time. But
That's
No,
fine.
and there's not a lot of them. So
Yeah.
top 5 rushers. I had to do it while you were here.
Of all time or currently?
Oh, I guess I got current.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of rushers that have left that I
How long you been
I'm really
playing in Bedford?
missing. I don't know, 7 years.
Okay.
Something like that.
I almost guessed 6 or 7.
Yeah,
Yeah, 6 or
I
7.
I came in of like the peak of
I also
like
played like 11 years ago, but can't think of anybody back then.
yeah. See, I think I don't know how long I've been playing in Bedford, but it's been a while, and I was there with like LOD, and like there was a lot of good rushers and stuff. So
With Vinny? Was Vinny the rusher? Well, he's safety
No,
probably, right? I
no,
don't even know who the rusher was for LOD.
Well, they got rid of
AK
that rusher to get
not
you.
AK. Alex, what's his last name? Gino's friend, Alex Call. Alex Call was their rusher.
Oh,
Oh,
He'd,
really?
he'd rush.
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, but he was kind of plug and play. He would play anything.
But he taught me a lot about rushing.
Yeah, oh yeah. No, he's a smart player.
That's how I feel about half this list. It's probably plug and play.
Yeah.
The second half of it.
Okay.
But yeah. All right, so top 5 rushers. Starting off at number 1.
Yeah,
Kevin Mack.
See, you can't start it. I tell Derek all the time. How are you going to be a better Derek? You can't start at number 1. You have to build it up.
Okay.
We all knew who
right,
number
cut-
1 was.
Cut that.
Cut that out, Ben.
All right, go to 5 first. Let's
Honorable mentions.
go. Okay, all right.
I have to throw the Leapers rushers in there. So Joe and Garrett, honorable mention. Garrett, when he rushed, very lanky, goofy rusher.
Gives me problems.
Yeah.
Because he's
Sneaky athlete.
unorthodox. Yes, sneaky athlete.
Yeah.
Uh,
I probably could have put him higher. It's just he hasn't rushed in a while,
Sure.
so I don't
Yeah.
want to.
Sure.
Number 5, Steve's roommate, Connor.
Connor.
He's a very smart rusher. He knows a lot of the offenses, maybe because he's played with the Gumbies once. He's rushed for us, and somehow he knows every one of our plays. But he definitely helps his team out. Maybe a little bias. Number 4, I have Booth. Spotty, but no one really puts his body on the line like Booth does.
Neck first.
That kid,
You're not wrong.
Neck
kid
first
is
every time.
Spearing the flag. I'm not surprised he doesn't use his mouth.
And I know you got him at 4 here. I almost think like in blitz he's even better rusher, and I guess in the mud he's really good too.
Yeah.
So like this style to me with him is not even his strength, you know.
Agreed. Yep.
So
I got Cam. I don't remember what his last name is. Little Cam.
Michael.
From
Cam Michael.
Cam
Cam
Michael.
Michael,
Yeah. Some milkman yo mamas. One of the fastest kids in the building. If he could pull flags more consistency, he might be 2.
Agreed.
I don't think he'll ever get to 1.
Agreed. He's been working out.
Really?
Yeah, he's getting like bigger.
Yeah.
And
Oh, shit. Good.
but
Get a little mass for him.
but he's kind of like one of those. I don't mean it in a bad way, but he's kind of like one of those douchey workout guys. As soon as they start working out, now it's cutoffs.
Yeah, oh yeah.
He's gonna show the
No.
laps off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't want him to stop. I mean, he's looking great. Good, you know, no homo. But
That's what Champa will do when he comes back.
oh yeah.
If he's back to his peak, he's gonna be wearing the cutoffs. The
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Bossing
Multiple
every
back
single
face.
person and their mother.
Yeah. Number 2, Dylan from Natty D's. He actually is probably the fastest kid in the building.
Dude,
I don't know what it is. He
Might be.
straight line.
is insane. And his endurance is crazy too, because he can
yeah.
rush like that all game long, and he can play offense.
Yeah,
and I know he
plays
can't
center,
like, he's not like the craziest person on offense, but like his speed, you have to respect it.
Yeah, well, you
'Cause-
have to cover it. Otherwise,
'cause he'll
he's
catch a
catching
ball.
one, right?
Yeah, agreed.
And he is honestly one of the cleanest rushers I've ever played against.
Yeah.
Like there's no cheating, there's no bull crap, there's no. It's pursuit. It's doing your job, and he does it
Yeah.
better than most.
Yeah.
You know.
Never gets a rough in the passer. Never misses flags. Really,
Yeah.
He's-
It's nuts.
flies.
Yeah.
And then number 1,
Yours truly.
Kevin Mack. Well done, Ben. Not bad.
Yeah.
Figured out by the end of the show.
Isaac's at home taking notes.
I don't want to say too much, but literally you can't throw the ball in the middle of the field.
Yeah.
The middle third of the field,
Stuff.
either if it's 5 yards or 20 yards, you can't throw in the middle of the field.
It's very
Garrett
tough.
says it, you have to throw underhand, even, and still probably can't get around him. So
Yeah.
it's got to be the outside or deep. I mean, takes apart. No other rusher takes away that much of a field.
Nope. Nope.
Not even close.
And he gives tall quarterbacks who usually don't have an issue. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
Garrett.
now I got to deal with something.
Yeah. Lima's
mean-
quarterback's 6'1", maybe
Right.
6'2", and he can't throw over Kevin.
Yeah, I mean, every rusher's like that to me, so I kind of have some experience with it.
Yeah.
But he's still so lengthy and good at it, and his speed is very good, and his pursuit's very good, and
Yeah.
knowledge of the game just over time.
Yep.
And
Agreed.
I know him, and I know he's put a lot of effort in the tacky bar, but he's put a lot of effort into becoming a better player over the years.
Yep.
And it shows. If you know, and don't stop. You know, that's what I tell people all the time. Like, I know you've reached what some would consider the peak. Don't stop. Keep going. Sky's the limit.
Trying to.
Especially because you're on my team.
I think I'm the best rusher in New England. I haven't I've traveled enough in New England to say that confidently. I'm trying to be top in the world. I think I'm up there like top 10. When we travel, it's hard because I don't play at that top level all the time. So it's hard to get like recognized by them. But I see the rushers and I try to be consistent, and a lot of the rushers just try to have that flashy play every time, which is just it's not needed. I don't agree with your list, by the way.
Well, that's why I'm here.
I'll give you mine in a second, but it's pretty much just switching up a couple people.
Okay.
Just that I didn't want to step on what you were saying, but what people got to understand too is, like you know, some people might call you a selfish player, selfish person, things like that. I've said it, you know, I'm joking, I've meant it at times, but to play down in these tournaments, in let's say your mind, and that's accurate. Do I think you could play on a pro team? Absolutely, but to play down so you could play with your friends and your hometown team, just that's a huge unselfish move.
Right.
You know, and I've always said to you, you get a better offer, go. Freaks are calling you. Like, I'm going to smack you if you say no. Like, I want you to do that. But that is a decision you have made, and some people don't see that side of you at times.
Yeah, it is what it is. I don't really care, you know.
No, I know.
Winning as a team is winning as a team. You know, I mean, we both played in pro. You know, I've won in pro for the Cowboys and stuff. So like, I have that experience already. The thing is with pro is I'm not like getting like 2 sacks a day. I'm not, or a game. You know.
Right.
You know, sometimes I am for the other ones. You gotta delete.
He's got a jet.
That's fine.
We had to wait way long for Ben to do his thing.
Hold on, let me get
Still
up.
better than Isaac. That's what I'm going out on too.
All right, pal. Yeah, all right. Everybody, let's have a round of applause for Dave as he goes. Dave, don't forget your sweater. But appreciate you filling in. I wouldn't have been able to do it all by myself. I can promise that. All right, buddy. Drive safe. Have fun. Tell Shay I said hi.
I almost locked him in here too.
Don't splash. Oh, that'd be. Oh, can we stop the show real quick? I gotta go move my car. All right, that was good. I tend to disagree with his list a little bit. I think Connor should be up there.
It's me, it's Connor, it's Natty D's Rush. I would say Cam. I think Cam is meh right now because he's on like a lower level team. When he was with Yo Mamas, he was so much better.
Sure.
Lights out, like just made plays every single down. I feel like, and I was there middle, like teaching him, and you know, I'm not taking credit for it. Partially I am, but it's just I see him and he's so teachable and he's like a sponge. But like when he's playing with the other teams that really don't like know how to teach him, they're not gonna know what to say, and he's not gonna know what to do, what he should fix. You know,
right.
I think Booth, his motor's crazy, so yeah, I agree with that. Who did he have up there?
Well, if he had 5 Connor, 4 Booth.
Yeah, Connor's going to 2.
So yeah,
And
you
then,
just have to just Connor 2 and move everybody down.
Pretty
And
much,
you agree
yeah.
with it?
Honorable mention, Joe is solid. He's not just a rusher, but he's really good. I think Brandon C, he's not like the craziest rusher, but he's really like consistent, and
Right,
he'll play from A level to C level rushing, and I give him a crazy amount of props for it because not a lot of people see that, but I do. Like if you can rush like that, then hell yeah.
Right. I would say he is the next crop of guys. You know, if you put the next 6 to 10 or whatever.
Yeah.
And on top of for a guy that's 40 years old, he's got a good motor.
Yeah,
he's fast.
40. Yeah,
for
it's
40.
crazy. Yeah,
So.
and he's not bad at pulling flags, and I think that's a big thing too. Is my height is like really crucial to like rushing and being 6'5" with a crazy wingspan. But I also don't really miss flags, and that's a big thing of rushing.
Yep.
Connor does miss flags at times, but for I mean, he's not the tallest, but he's okay size, like height. But he bats the ball like 7 foot tall. Like, it's insane. Like I don't get it. Like he'll go against a taller quarterback, not even leave his feet, and bat the ball 20 yards behind him.
Right. He's got quick hands, and I think he picks up on quarterbacks' tendencies, how they throw. And the timing, it's just, you know he's processing all that in his weirdo head. Well, if I'm running at 16.2 miles an hour, you carry the 4. And he throws at a 90 degree. What?
You're just thinking about how to kill the guy.
Remember what I said about muting you, Mike? Yeah. Do I got to give you strikes? Is that strike 2?
You're still pretty
I'm over here doing my Connor voice, and you're interrupting me? I'm saving that for the show.
No, I'm not going to lie. Brevity is the key to wit. The key to humor, Steve. You're going a little long there.
I was not going long. All right. Is You good to fill in the rest of the show?
Yeah.
Okay, because I got a little more, not a ton.
Yeah.
Anything else more you want to address about Tacky Bar? Anything you want to cover that I maybe didn't ask?
No, that's pretty much it. Just, order tagbeauto.com or just hit me up. I run both Facebook and Instagram. I run the website. I do it all. So, yeah, just reach out.
All right, perfect. All right, well, next up on my my docket here, I had I'm going to talk a little bit about the draft tournament, but I had a top 10 draft tournament list. Now, I know you probably don't know all 60, 70 people in there. It's captains excluded, but I got a sweet top 10 list, and I think Ben put together a presentation.
You think I don't know these people?
No. I know you know them. I don't
Oh.
think you know everybody, the whole list. I don't have
I think I do.
no.
Of the draft?
You can name all 60 people in the draft.
Not off the top of my head, but
I know.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, my
I'm sorry.
apologies. I thought you meant I didn't know. I'm like the mayor of flag football.
trust me. You probably know more about these people than I do.
Can I say what I said to you on the phone the other day? That I won the poll of who people wanted to see the guest.
Right.
It's ironic that most of all those people always tell me to shut up and stop talking when we're playing. It's just very ironic to me.
Yeah, he's got a point there. Everybody who did vote for him are the guys who tell him to shut up the most.
And they're
Very
like,
hypocritical on your guys' part.
I wanna reach out to them, and I will be like,
Yeah, you guys maybe owe him an apology.
that's all right. Super Gremlins to the moon, by the way.
Who?
Super Gremlins
Super Gremlins?
to the moon.
Super Trolls?
I played with them. We almost beat you. Remember that?
Almost don't count.
We were up 8-6.
That don't matter.
I slipped.
You were
on-
up. We still ended up winning by 3 scores or something.
Allegedly.
All right. So I put a top 10 players of the draft. So I did top 10 players based on my personal opinion. So this is my list. So if you're not on the list, be mad at me. If you don't like where you are, be mad at me. I don't care. It's my list. And if I'm drafting, this is kind of the list I'm going by. So, you good too? Okay. So at number 10, so for all you YouTube viewers, you're going to be able to see the photos of the people. So if you don't know who they are, maybe you'll be able to put a face with it.
Or a
And-
profile.
And all our Spotify listeners, unfortunately, you just have to go by what I say and maybe look it up on your own. So coming in at number 10, somebody very dear to us, OB Jake. Jake breaks my top 10 in this draft. And eventually the picture's going to come up
He's
here.
up. It's a slight delay there.
It was a slight delay. What type of, how much? That was a long delay.
Blame Isaac's Chromebook.
Yeah, it probably is Isaac's Chromebook. So I got Jake Anderson at number 10, and I'm going to tell you why. One, basically, very good chance you have 7 guys on your team, and that's it. Okay, Jake can go both ways. Not just on the football field. You know, we won't get into that. So Jake can go both ways, offense and defense. He can drop back and be a second running quarterback. He can actually throw a decent ball.
Yeah.
So this is why I value Jake in this so high. On top of, I've had a lot of rapport with him as a player. So if I'm drafting, and at the time, like if 1 through 9 are gone and Jake's there, I'm taking him.
Right.
Now there might be some guys on the list that would take other people over Jake, but I got Jake at my number 10. And unfortunately, I don't have anybody else here to really combat that. I mean, you're not part of the draft tournament this time.
No, yeah, but I agree with that because another thing is Jake knows the rules and bunch formations, so that really does help the advantage of knowing something over another. Because a lot of Bedford players only know Bedford rules.
That's true.
And playing like bunch formation, the USA flag rules, Jake knows it. He's seen it a billion times. So.
Right. And most people will catch on quick, but if we only do 2 round robin games, that might give a team an advantage going into the tournament. So that's my number 10. Coming in at number 9, I have, and he hates that I call him this, Christian Burke. So CJ Burke. So CJ to me is just a little more solid Jake. A little more consistent, maybe.
Right.
I think they're very similar. Where I give CJ the edge is CJ is a first quarterback, and I played with CJ as a second. He's been my second quarterback before, and I played a whole season with him. I think I had to not even yell, just one time say, "Hey, that was the wrong move," and he already knew before I even said it. I think he's a very smart second quarterback. I think he's a very good player offensively. I think defensively he can do it. I don't think he's an A-level defender, but I don't think this tournament is an A-level tournament. I think it's a very even board.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So my number 9 pick would be Christian Burke at this point. He's I don't know why. The first tournament, I was like, "Who's Christian Burke?" And he's like, "Why do you call me Christian? It's CJ." I'm like, "Oh, okay." And then I was just calling him CJ because it made him mad. But he laughs at it. And then I think he told his girlfriend, "Only Steve can call me CJ or Christian." But I do call him CJ. I don't like to piss everybody off. All right. So that's my number 9. At number 8, I'm taking Josh Kenny. Now, Josh Kenny has since Florida has really gotten a lot better. I've seen him bang at the A level. Very impressive athletic abilities. Tall guy. Not good at not getting his Facebook hacked, so it was hard to find a photo of just him playing, so I couldn't. So I got the Too Nasty Championship in there. He's in the middle. I think.
I can't
Do you have the one where I circled him? It's circled, right? Yeah, I
just can't
had to circle him. Tall guy. He can rush. He can play offense. He can play defense. Not a good second quarterback. I think his pitch game's okay. So I put him in only because the experience I have with him over Jake and CJ. I do think with me he would be a higher ceiling, and I just genuinely love his attitude. Like, he wants to be better. He wants to, just play the way we play and be at that level with us. So he would be my number 8.
Can I chime in real quick?
Sure,
I don't know.
absolutely.
Am I supposed to put my 2 cents after these, or am I just kind of listening? I don't
Do
want
what you want. You're the co-host right now.
Buddy, I don't
Derek
know.
does anything he wants, even though I tell him not to.
Listen, that's what I'm asking. No, dude, I saw Josh. It was like 2 weeks ago. Someone had a pick, and Josh was chasing after him. I shit my pants.
How fast he was running?
I couldn't believe it.
I know.
I was like, Josh, I'm like, how can you not run routes like that? He's like, it's lacrosse, man. Like, the side of the seat. I could, way faster than a lot of people in Bedford. A lot of people would just, if he learned how to run routes that fast, it'd be crazy.
Yeah.
And I think his IQ just needs to be worked on, but that's something over time.
Right. He's still new to the game. He's like a baby when it comes to it.
He's young and he's, super new to the game. But yeah, I couldn't believe it. I just had to put that out there. I just literally, the guy picked it, and Josh is probably a second behind him and just hauling ass zooms by me, and I had double take to make sure it was Josh. I was like, what?
What got into him?
Yeah, right.
So he would be my 8th at that point in time. At number 7, I got Mr. Lionel Jones. Now I put him higher because I think he's one of the best rushers around here.
Absolutely.
And I think he's even got better over the past couple of years.
100%.
He can do, playing in the draft league, he can play defense. He can play offense. So I think he's a triple threat, player. And that's a lot of the theme about this top 10 is guys that can go both ways, or guys that are really, really good at one spot. But it's mostly all, you look at this list, it's all guys who can go both ways.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've ever been on a team with him.
It's awesome.
No, I'm not denying it. We've always talked about it. It's just never happened. And it's just, hopefully I can finally get him on my team for this, in the right pick or whatnot. And, finally live our little, kind of dream that we talk about, him and I.
No, yeah. I played with him in a mass flag, lower level, before, and it was so great. We both played defense and we both didn't rush. It was so funny. We kept mentioning it, and we beat a top B team or something that were talking crazy. We beat him just because our defense, man. He's so easy to work with on defense because he's smart, man.
He's a good teammate.
Super good teammate, but the thing is, he really just doesn't give up on a play, doesn't give up on the game. and like so easy to adapt to. He's like, I'm like, oh, what are you doing? Blah blah blah. I'm like, all right, I'll do this. Boom, done. Like you don't have to discuss it anymore, which
Right.
is huge.
Yeah. And that's why he's breaking the top 10 at 7 for me. Now at 6, I have Johnny Teixeira. I like Johnny for a lot of reasons. I think he is very formidable on offense. He knows how to pitch. He's a workhorse. Runs routes very well, very hard. Plays defense good. And he can throw. We've seen him throw before. Draft league, other leagues. He actually, with Stick Talk, a couple drives this week, scored pretty easily. He did very well. So he could be the first quarterback at times, second, don't matter. And he can play offense and defense. He can play safety, corner, receivers. I don't know if he can snap. I don't know personally.
Probably could.
I mean,
Not well.
I assume he can, but you might not need him to. But that's why I got him at 6 because he's so well rounded, very good player, way better attitude than his brother, and that's really it. I really do like the kid. He's a good kid. Number 5, I got Thomas White. I think Thomas White is a very good receiver from what I've seen. I know I was talking chemistry with some guys that I've had. This group of guys, these few picks, I haven't really had any chemistry with. So that kind of lays out how good they are and why I would take them higher, because I'd be willing to bet that chemistry would do well because they're good teammates, good players, and whatnot. Thomas White and I have always joked about playing together. And we always laugh that it's just kind of never happened. And, you've seen him do well with Calm. Calm seems to be on the up and up. They're playing very well. You see him on Houday, offensively and defensively, just doing it on both sides of the ball. So that's why he broke my top 5.
He is a lot better than a lot of people think.
I agree.
And I was one of those people for a while. I played gauntlet style with him in the pro division in Florida against YTG, or not YTG, but Corey Webb's team, which is a huge. It was all Dallas kids,
Sure.
and we were playing in their backyard pretty much. He was incredible, like lights out that game.
Really?
Yeah, I went in that game and I was like telling him the rules, and I'm like, yeah, blah blah blah. That was like my 12th game. It was a long day for me, and I was not playing the best, but him and the others picked up slack, and I swear, I told him the last tournament. Him and Nuge, in my opinion, every time I see them playing with or against them, they get better. It's insane. Like Thomas, like so underrated. Well, I don't know if he's underrated because everyone, like people talk about him, but man, like he's just, his smarts are there.
I'd say he was underrated because, like you said, I don't think a lot of people thought he was good, and I've always appreciated his talent. And yes, if you can bang at that level against Corey Webb's team in the pro division there.
He had a head top against 2 people. They called it out because like his foot barely touched out first. That would have won us the game. We lost by a touchdown.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know it was that close.
Dude, it was, we were up for a little bit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was literally just down to like a touchdown. They won by, and we just ran out of time.
Yeah. I wish I stayed and watched.
Dude, it was great. We all played. I mean, I think I played the worst, but like I said, they picked up slack, and that team, Corey Webb, ended up going to the championship and losing by a touchdown to YTG.
Yeah. So that shows how nice.
Yeah.
Not bad for a put together team, I guess. That
Yeah. Never played that format.
Right.
Never all played together. Yeah, it's fun.
Right on. All right, coming in at number 4. You know him very well. I know him very well, and this is why he's at number 4. Let's bend over here with his delay.
It's up.
Oh, it's up? Yeah, it doesn't look like it's up.
Yeah, it's about
5
5 to 10 seconds.
to 10 seconds. You couldn't see the break. I was leading into it.
Who's that?
It's up.
It's Brandon Gomes.
I don't know who that is.
Oh yeah, okay.
Moved back into Manchester.
He did.
Still hasn't hit me up to hang out.
It's political.
No, that's my guy. That's my guy. I love him.
And this is why I have him at 4. This guy is an awesome receiver. I mean, hands are golden, except if you're in Hampstead and the game on the line. I mean, listen. I know it was a big drop. I don't remember him dropping really anything ever. and you know what I mean? Like, so if we can remember one drop, and that's why it's memorable, it's because he doesn't drop much. You throw it in that window, that dude's picking. You know, he's getting it.
I've seen him catch more one-handers than I think two-hands with him.
He's just kind of lazy.
He does the lazy one-hand, brings it in, corrals it, does a lazy dip, and it works. It's insane.
Ben, what are you doing?
Uh-oh.
I don't like this.
Get rid of the delay.
What? I was just kidding about the delay. Don't mess with anything.
You grabbed your face, and I was like, oh.
Get rid of it later. You're gonna screw up everything.
How do you not trust me yet?
I do, but not during the show. Figure it out.
Just do your thing.
Yeah,
Trust,
I know.
trust me. I'm good.
All of a sudden, we talk for 2 hours for no reason. You know what I mean? That's my
Everyone on the other end's getting a prime experience right now.
that's my biggest fear.
You just wasted time with Dave Cap. Not me, though.
Yeah, I lied. I really don't like hanging out with him. So back to Brandon. No, Brandon, very good. He knows we've had so much chemistry. We've been playing together forever. I mean, he was part of that team that I first started traveling with. That you weren't. You were.
I missed one tournament, and
But that was our
Virginia.
first one.
Yeah.
That was our first one ever.
We win a world championship. He goes, OG Nasty Boys. I'm like walking up. He just puts his arm around Derek and Gomes. I'm like, wow. I missed one tournament because I don't know if I was.
It was the first tournament. You didn't miss it as far as, oh, yeah, I'm part of the team. No.
I wasn't on.
You joined after.
Yeah. I still joined after, but I've traveled you the most out of everyone.
Yeah, but in your defense, I don't even think I asked you to go. I don't think
I wasn't
asked
even
you.
that good then. I literally wasn't even like the best rusher in Bedford.
No, I get it. But it wasn't long before you were with us the next tournament after that.
I wasn't really that good either, but
Well,
I know.
That's why we had the double rush thing. Brian was coming in, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was he's been with me that long. We've been through a lot of tournaments together, a lot of leagues. Yeah, he moved away for a little bit, but we still play together every now and then. So I'd put him up there. Formidable on defense. My critique of him, maybe his stamina. He might not be able to do a big tournament both ways the whole time.
Oh.
And when I
You're
say
the first one to tell you.
when I say might not, definitely not. But I would still take him over everybody else at this point in time, unfortunately, because of that type of chemistry that we have, and
Right.
and we joke around a lot. Like he's just genuinely a fun dude. I'd rather lose with him than win with some other people. You know what I mean?
We've experienced losing with him a lot with Nasty Boys traveling, so yeah. No, he's awesome.
Do you think he makes the correlation that the one world championship we won as Nasty Boys, he never stepped on the field?
In 4-man, no. In 4-man, that's different.
No, I know. I'm just kidding.
He was there.
He's not listening anyways. I can say what I want.
We all drank his tequila when we won, so it's all right.
That's true. All right. After Brandon Gomes, so now we're breaking in the top three. And, again, this is my top three. The coming in at number 3, who I would take would be Omar Medina. Now, some people might not agree with that. I agree with it, and I don't care what anybody says, and this is why. One, very good quarterback. Him and I could do a lot of two-man things. Big time. That's number 1. Number 2, he is a pretty in this draft, I think he is arguably the best defender.
Yep.
He's very shut down. He can take somebody out of the game. Offensively, maybe as a receiver, he's okay. He's not inadequate in any manner on the football field, so he can be used everywhere. But if he's there I have pick 7. If he's there, pick 7, and my next 2 are gone, I'm probably taking him because I think we could light it up with the two-man thing.
Yeah. If he listens to you, he'll be fine.
Oh, he does. I've played with him too.
Okay. His IQ is just not there yet.
As a quarterback,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
you're right.
As a
But-
player in general, that's why young ones won't win A level anytime. I know they'll be A level, but they'll never. I don't care.
I know you didn't get the memo. They feel I rip on them every show. And
Now it's my turn.
They wanted some love. I've been nice to these guys all show, and you come in and ruin it for me.
Yo mamas, when they're back, we'll play young ones week 1, and we will crush them easily. And I promise you, they're easy to scheme. They're easy to play against. I like all of them. I think they're all super talented. It's just their IQ. There's not that one guy. There's not that one guy that has the IQ to help everyone else get better. They're just hitting a glass ceiling right now. Like they have the potential to go past it. It's the IQ of if they will.
So, I tend to disagree as far as they hit the glass ceiling. I'll agree with some of the other stuff. You see a lot of teams who do have that like OG leader or guys who figured it out on their own quickly. Leapers don't really have an OG guy. They're just a team that they're really talented and figured it out.
Right.
And they've been playing at the A level for a long time. Young ones, I feel, are just cracking into the A level on Monday. So that's a little different too.
Super different because they're not going to play A-level competition every week. They're going to play a team that's bummy, and they're going to have a great game of lighting up the score by 60. And guess what, though? They're getting scored on by 30 with that team because maybe they're not trying as hard, but their defense is not that good. Their defense, I know for a fact, Randy would just be scoring left and right because it's easy to scheme because they're such an offensive-heavy team, which is great when they're scoring a lot, but if it doesn't become a shootout because you're playing a great A-level defense, you're kind of pinched against the corner, and then you're like, all right, what are we going to do now?
Sure. Yeah. I still, because I've seen their growth over the past couple seasons, and I tend to disagree with, again, the glass ceiling.
Right,
I do think they're moving on up. Omar, the more reps Omar gets, the better their offense will be. Their defense does need to expand. I will give them that. Their defense is very easy to beat. I've done it before. We've talked about it. Literally, the Force beat them one week.
I believe
In overtime. I think this was before you were there, Ben.
Ben still counts, though.
So, we did have Adam, but that was literally it.
Still.
So, we beat them in overtime. They requested us the week after, and then we beat them by like 20.
Yeah. It's their defense. They don't. It's weird because they had Kenny, who I think his smarts are there, his athleticism are there. OG, Kenny Richards.
Yeah, he could have led that team. The reason he's not playing is because he's playing with me.
No, yeah, I know, I get that, and I'm not knocking Kenny for leaving.
No.
But I just think if they had someone like a Kenny, and they listened to him, maybe they did. But the thing is, it's you need that piece like that piece like of. They have the athleticism. They just have to use it for smarts, because they're making it a lot harder than they have to. Because they could beat a team 26-0 and be fine with that. Like they should be fine with that. But I think they like to light up that scoreboard and have those cool highlights, which they do. I see highlights out. I'm like, holy shit, like that is sick. But then I look at the scoreboard in the back of the highlight, and it's like 55 to 54, whatever scoreboard it may be. It's like. To C-level teams, though, it's like, that's just. I'd rather win by 12-0. You know?
Yeah, it means more for the defense at that point in time, and it means more to the win. But they are progressing, and
super.
And that's one of those teams I do appreciate. They've built it together, and they're progressing. Hopefully, they keep progressing and don't hit that ceiling.
I didn't like the glass ceiling where it can break and they can keep going. That's what I meant. Like I don't mean that they're limited in the right there. Right now they are, but like there's a glass ceiling where they can just shatter and keep going. And I hope that happens. When I'm calling out them against Yo Mamas and I'm saying we're crushing them, I'm confident in that. But that was from a team a year and a half ago that played. So like maybe we could lose. But the way our defense was and the way our offense was, it's simple. It doesn't have to be the prettiest plays. It just works, which I think would help them in the long run to get better if they played a Yo Mama's defense all the time, and maybe they'll move the Wednesdays. I think the best decision was putting Omar at quarterback because he's way better than Jake. He shows up and he does his job. I think they should just keep young ones for tournaments going if they want to travel locally or whatever. I think. Young ones should stay as is, and just keep working because they're like I said, they have so much potential. But
that's fair.
Sorry, I'm sidetracking.
Nah, we're good. We're good. They, we got to give them a little love and little advice. They do. A lot of those guys do listen, and they say stuff to me all the time. But Kenny said, "No, you guys are too mean to us."
Tough love,
Kenneth. I'm mean to Kenneth, not anybody else on that team. So. I know we said we're going to move on from the young ones, but unfortunately we can't because at my number 2 pick, I would, and he just signed up not that long ago. I got Ant Alves.
The signing up late. I knew it was
I
Ant.
gave it away with the last minute. He probably, knowing him, he just heard about it. You know what I mean?
Honestly, he
seen this photo? So I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna go through this list and find all football photos. I'm like, wait a minute. For one photo, I'm not gonna put a football photo in.
You could have done that at the pool in Texas.
No, I couldn't find that photo.
It's in the chat. So
Yeah, probably. I went by Facebook profile pictures. Leave it up for a minute. But I'm like, I was going through. I'm like, oh, this is perfect. I'll put this up. He's gonna be so mad at me. But I have him at number 2, and I have him at number 2 again for a lot of the reasons I have some of these guys on the top 10 list. I mean, he's a nasty boy. He's got a ring with nasty boys. He was part of that shutdown defense that won us that championship. To be honest, like it was a defensive championship win, which, you know, for the longest time, nasty boys could not put together a really solid defense, like a really top notch, and you know that as the Russian.
I know. Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Okay.
what I was about to say.
So if anybody can appreciate a really good defense on the field, besides the quarterback, it's the rusher.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so he's very good, and with Ant, you know, he's young, he's hungry, the kid's got a motor, just needs to be led sometimes, and that's it. You put him in the right direction, and he's just gonna take it and run with it, and carry you there. He can play offense. I played Web Warriors one season with him, and we're in the A's, you know, making noise, and he just kicking ass all over the place. And he listens, you know, every now and then him and I get, you know, into those little tiffs where he disrespects me, I disrespect him, and we yell at each other and say, don't disrespect me. And, you know, then we laugh about it after. But good dude. I would have him at number 2. So the young ones can't say I didn't give him enough love this game. I mean, I'm actually getting sick of talking about their team. So Kenneth, if you're listening, I know you are, suck one.
No, I don't want to talk too much because I don't want to keep sidetracking you, but I think Ant has so much potential, and I'm so glad he went to Texas with us because I feel like that was like a really eye-opener of what he can do. You know, just because he worked with, you know, he was playing, I think, middle with Corey Webb, and Corey Webb.
You could take it off now.
Corey Webb is, you know, Team USA, you know, has played, and, you know, Webb coming after me and going, I like that kid, Ant. He's good.
Yeah.
You know, that holds a lot right there for, you know, Corey Webb, a guy that's won countless pro world championships and has played on Team USA and won on Team USA. Saying that about a kid from Massachusetts that's huge.
Right.
You know?
And that guy's seen all top talent everywhere in the world.
Everywhere. Yeah.
You know, played with them, played against them. He's seen it. So it's that real recognizes real right there. Ant will be hitting him up. You need one?
Ant doesn't even use his Facebook, so I don't think so. He'll ask me to hit him up first.
All right. Well, that almost rounds it up. We're gonna get into the number 1. We want a little drum roll, maybe? Oh, no, we don't have a drum roll. We have the fake joke thing.
What does this do?
Yeah, that's the dumb joke thing. That's not a drum roll.
I can't help what's on here.
All right, hit what? All right, number 1 pick. All right. All right, number 1 pick. Ben's gonna hit it up in about 45 minutes. You'll see the photo.
No, it's on as soon as you say it.
Oh, it's just delayed that one.
It's on right now.
On what? I don't see it.
Blame the Chromebook.
What delay?
There.
So our users can see the photo, even though I can't. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
Let me take a guess real quick who it is.
He's got
Is it Josh?
It didn't. Josh who? He's got a nasty boy jersey on.
Is it Josh?
Josh Cannon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Josh Cannon. So Josh Cannon would be my number 1 pick. I've got inside information that Gavin's taking him number 1 overall, anyways. So there's somebody who agrees with me. Josh, in a lot of ways, reminds me a little of Ant. He's just a little taller. Josh really saved our ass in New York that first game.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about averting a disaster.
As I caused one. Steve, why can't I play O? I pitched to the other team. He scores. That was actually Omar who scored.
Oh, that was Omar that pitched. That caught your pitch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was yeah. I'm over there trying to prove a point. don't call out too nasty. We're gonna show what's up. And then all of a sudden we're starting losing. Guys are showing up late. I'm out there playing defense. Boy, I didn't think that tournament was gonna end after the way it started. But honestly, Josh Gannon is one of the big reasons why we were able to pull that win out against a formidable Tribe team, and then just went on out in 5-man in New York and take that regional home, which was Nasty Boy's most notable win at that time. You know, that was huge.
No, he played great, and even in Worlds, he played really good. You know, he's super young. I know he had like a little bit of like an injury and stuff too, but he's really smart because he's been playing flag for a while now.
Since he was a young kid.
Yeah. And he's like gotten really smart to flag. So he's athletic, but it doesn't really seem like he is, but it's great because he uses his smarts and his athleticism. So it really it's hard to read off of him if he's playing defense, and he's solid overall.
Yep.
Your mama's player as well.
That's you're not wrong. But that rounds up my top 10. Maybe you guys agree with me. Too bad. That's who I would draft in the top 10 scenario. And if it did go the way the draft order, let's say it goes exactly. Now I got Lionel Jones and I got Jake Anderson as my first 2 picks, and that's not very bad to start off because I am at top 7, or I'm at the 7th pick. So I would catch him on the. Oh no, I wouldn't. I'm sorry, I was way off on that one. The one time you get the fucking thing right, dummy. All right, I'm gonna bring Isaac back because Isaac would have never picked up on that. I don't even think Isaac's paying attention at this point in time in the show. So, but that's all I got. Anything else you want to discuss, talk about while we have everybody's attention? We have been going for what, almost 2 hours? An hour and 32. Oh, Derek would have lost his mind by now.
I do want to ask you if you know what my first game was in Bedford.
What your first game was? I honestly feel it was against a DirecTV's team. I don't know who you were on, but I remember yelling at you, and you got mad, and I was like, "No, buddy. What I'm saying is, you're pretty good, and I appreciate how hard you're trying. Just ease up or something along those lines." I could be wrong.
Where's the wrong button?
All right.
I thought it was gonna be like something.
Yeah, no, that's our.
You could do loser.
Oh yeah, you could do
that one. There we go.
No. So my first ever game in Bedford was with Steve Tambo.
No, it wasn't.
Swear to God, on my life, on my kid's life.
Who did I play?
So I played in Derry.
Right.
For years, and then I heard about Bedford, and I was trying to get in, but I didn't know anyone, didn't really even go there. Kurt Auger got hurt. This is when he had back surgery.
Yeah.
So he was out. So
Sure.
I texted him. I was like, hey, if there's any team in Bedford that needs someone, I'll take your place. I'm not as good as you, but I'll take your place. I was just trying to get my foot in the door. He goes, hey, I think a team actually needs me, or needs someone. Go there. Actually bring 2 people, or bring someone as well. So me and Fresh go, and we wear blue, and we go, and it's with you. You have a small beard, chains and all, and I think it was DirecTV's, but no jerseys or anything. You're out there. I can't remember who else is out there, but I just remember I'm like, I can rush. You put me at corner. You put Fresh at rush, and you go, what's your friend's name? I go, his name's Mike, but we call him Fresh. His nickname's Fresh. You go, okay. And, we played. I think we lost. I don't remember. But that's when Bedford had field goal attempts.
Oh, so that's when you came in?
Yeah.
Around that time?
Yeah. Field goal attempts. And then if you were to intercept the ball just intercept the ball in the end zone and make a football move and then get your flag pulled in the end zone, it'd be a safety on your team.
Yeah, I've talked about this before. Huh?
In your own end zone?
If you pick, let's say you're marching down, I pick you off, but I'm in the end zone. I try to hit move, and you pull my flag in the end zone. It's a safety on me. Yeah.
Yeah,
Crazy.
I've actually in the first episode I said at some point in time when we have some time to fill, I'm gonna go over all the dumb rules and why they came to place in that and that was gonna be one of them.
Yep.
I really don't know why. I think they were trying to stop people from running out of the end zone. I think they just wanted the interception to be over with.
So dumb.
Right. You know how it is over there. Some one-off scenario happens, and then somebody gets a bright idea. All right, we're going to make this rule now, and literally ruin part of the game just to about And yeah, that was one of the dumbest rules. I like one football move, and you got your flag safety. So if you caught a ball in the end zone,
Kneel.
it was don't move, kneel or don't move down. That way. Yeah, it was.
Wow, that's terrible.
Yeah, it was crazy. And then they did painter's tape for a field goal post, and you couldn't rush in and block it. You just had to stand there from like 7 yards away and go like this.
Wow.
So dumb. And like people went for it. And I think you got 2 points from it. But
No, you used to get the one for the field goal, and then it wasn't 2.
I thought it was 2.
You could go. I think it was 5 yards. You could go for 1, 10. You could go for 2, and from half you could go for 3.
Oh, I never saw half. But the net's in the way. It'd
Yeah,
be
yeah.
like the craziest kick. Like pros would be able to do
line
it, but
drive.
yeah, a line drive on the money. But yeah, I remember you could jump still. Jumping was a thing. That kid that used to side flip over people.
Ryan Gracie.
Was that Ryan Grace? Yeah. People used to plant down and break down, and the kid would just do a side flip over him, and it was the craziest thing.
He's probably the reason that rule came into play.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. But yeah, my first ever game in Bedford was with you. So fun.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I'm surprised that hasn't come up, and I usually I remember that stuff, but
I saved it for the podcast because I knew you wouldn't remember.
well, that's fair. Anything else you want to cover?
I think that's it. I mean, I'm not playing in Bedford right now, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to. Yeah, there's not really much to talk about.
If you ever need a subbing QB and for this, this session's almost over, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'll be back in. QB Kev's back into full force next session.
I actually potentially, I guess I'll leak it now. Might have Snow on next week for a ref interview and get a ref. You any questions you want me to ask him?
How did he not call that person down when they were clearly down like 3 months ago? No, sure. No, I don't have anything for Snow. No, I don't have anything. That would be really interesting. Have you reached out to him or?
Yeah, we talked.
And he's like,
yeah, he said he'll come on next week.
give him 10 minutes and he'll probably talk for 2. I mean, I've talked to him a lot about like weightlifting and stuff, like outside like work and stuff. Easy guy to talk to.
Sure.
Just a few words.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'd be awesome. I mean, I don't know.
Well, if it lines up, I'll make it happen. A lot can happen a week for a show, so we're gonna have to figure out how we end. We're filming Tuesday, so we're after Monday,
Right.
before Wednesday. So I want to try to be able to make playoff predictions before Monday.
Does he ref on Mondays?
Who?
Snow.
I don't want to make the playoff predictions with him.
Oh, okay.
No, I want to make the playoff. I'm kind of off the ref topic. I'm
Yeah.
on something else. I want to make those. I want to try to be able to like see the playoff schedule and then go. So
okay.
I might have to get with Jimmy like early. I don't know how I'm gonna make it happen. I'm gonna see the best I can do because right now we do film on Tuesday and that's the only day we can really do it. So,
Right.
but before we get off here, a couple things I want to do, or just a couple things I want to say. May 13th, we still have a few spots available if you want to get in. I mean, I could make, right now we're running 7 players a team. So, we get 9 more guys signed up. We'll run 8, and that's where I'm drawing the line. Because I don't think I don't think more than 8 is worth it. May 13th, $45. Get it in. We got, like I said last week, I did get interrupted while I was going over the prizes. But 3 fields, 3 sets of prizes. Quarterback of the field, plus a tacky bar for that guy. Offensive player and defensive player on each. For the winners, we have we ordered these different style rings. They're like gold. I'm like, all right, I'll give it a shot. See how they are. They're a little smaller, but I like them. They come with little bag cases with a chain that you can wear it if you want. Decent rings, different style. I didn't go get them custom done because I didn't have that time to wait just in case they didn't come in. I didn't want another Best of Bedford fiasco. So rings for the winners, and that's it. So a decent amount of prizes. Trying to make it fun for everybody, and a lot of guys wanted the draft tournament, so we're gonna make it happen. And that's all I really got. I want to just shout out to Derek out in Florida. Hopefully they're having fun. Shout out to Isaac. Hope you feel better.
Shout out to KGB. Hope your season's doing well. Miss you guys. Good group of people.
Shout out to Tyler Pike. I know you're listening. Miss you, buddy. And that's really it. I just shout out to my support cast. You know who you are. You make everything possible for me to do everything that I do. And you got the outro song. All right. Good night, Grace.